Okay. Can you guys see now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for telling me. So from 3 to 6, what you notice is you multiply by 2, and then 6 times 2 is 12. So then 12 times 2, this might seem silly that I'm writing this in between, but you'll see in a couple examples, it's going to be really helpful or necessary. So what's 12 times 2?
16?
24.
It's actually 24.
Oh.
So then if we do 24 times 2, what's that one?
48.
Yeah. And then times 2 again, it's big, it's 96. Okay? So that's what that first one would look like. The next one says add 2. So with this one, we're going to do plus 2 every time. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 plus 2, where are we?
18.
And then?
20.
And then?
22.
Killing it. All right. So
wait, are you just adding 2?
Yep, just adding 2. That's what the pattern says. So with the next one, this is where it's helpful to like write the things below it. So this one says add 2, then add 3, then add 4, then it would be add 5, add 6, add 7, and so on and so on and so on. So here, 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. What are we going to do right here?
Add 4.
Add 4, which is?
21.
Yup. Then we're going to do?
Add 5, which is 26.
Yep.
And then it's 32.
Yep, add 6 and it's 32. Okay, that one's kind of tricky. How do we feel about that one? Are we okay? It's only tricky because it's hard to keep track of. Are you guys okay there or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next one, this is called Fibonacci. So I'm going to write it out. Fibonacci is how you pronounce it. This is a dude. This is like a guy. That's why it's a capital letter. It's a dude's name. It's his last name. So here's what the Fibonacci, it's called Fibonacci sequence. Here's what it does. This one's kind of hard to like track. Okay. 3 plus 7 is 10. Then you do 7 plus 10 is 17. Then you do 10 plus 17. And what would we get?
27.
Then we do 17 plus 27.
44.
40.
Yep. And then the next one would be 27 plus 44. 60, 70.
50.
You got it? So, oopsie. 27 plus 40.
60, I think.
Close. We just had to carry the 7 and the 4, makes it up a little bit more. So we get 71 here. So Fibonacci, this I think is probably one of the hardest ones. This one, basically the rule is you add the 2 previous numbers to get the next one.
Wait, I have a question. How do you get 17 when there's a 3?
So we don't use the 3 again. That's a good question. So I'm gonna list them down here really quick. So to get this 10, we have to do 3 plus 7, and that gives us this. So the next one, we have to do 7 plus 10, and that gives us this. We ignore that one. So basically, you just look backwards 2 and add the 2 numbers before it to get the next one. So then we would have 17. And then to get this next one, we would look at the 2 behind it and get 27.
Do we always have to ignore the front?
Say it
The
again.
front number?
Yeah,
We
so
have
you're
to-
you're always just going to look at the 2 that are directly behind it. It's always just the 2 numbers right behind it. So you'll ignore everything else except those 2 numbers, just the 2 previous. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So then here's the other kind of big pattern. This is another tricky one. So when we do the quizzes, this one and this one really trip people up. So perfect squares, here's what they are. I won't make you guys like guess at this. Perfect squares are like 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 squared means 4 times 4, which is 16. 6 squared means 6 times 6, which is 36. Do you see in green, do you see the pattern that's happening? By that, I mean, do you know what's going to come next down here? So this is kind of a pattern within a pattern. What's happening from 2 to 4 to 6? What's happening there? Isn't it going up by? Yeah, so we're going to add 2 again, which is 8 squared. Well, what's 8 times 8? Do it on here. 64. Okay, what's going to come next down here, you guys?
10 times 10.
Yep, 10 squared, which is 10 times 10, 100. What's going to come next down here?
12 times 12.
Yep, which is?
44.
Yep, you are right. So these numbers right here are called perfect squares because down at the bottom, you can take a number squared. This is called squared. Squared. A number squared will give you those answers. That's how you know it's a perfect square. Okay, so these 2 are pretty tricky. All right. If you guys are wanting to, I'm going to just zoom out here so you can take a picture. You guys want to take a picture of that? And then we'll do, I think there's a couple more on the next page. All right. Okay, I think I'll show you number 6, but on the homework, I'm going to have you skip the ones that have fractions for right now. And we can maybe look at those during class. Oh, shoot. I forgot to read through the solutions for last night's homework. If you remind me, I'll do that, okay? So this one says add 1 to the numerator. The numerator is the top. So what you can see here is it's 1 over 12, 2 over 12, 3 over 12, and then it's 4 over 12, 5 over 12, and 6 over 12. It then asks us to reduce the fractions. So for example, 6 over 12 is the same as 1/2. 1 over 12 is just 1 over 12. 2 over 12, they're both even, so that's 1 over 6. In your calculator, if you have one of these, it's really nice because you can do 2 over 12, hit enter, and then if you go math, you hit that math key, enter, enter, it reduces it for you. So we can do 3 over 12, math, enter, enter, that's 1 over 4. 4 over 12, math, enter, enter. We get 1/3.
Wait, is it just me or the screen is frozen?
Is it frozen?
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming from me.
Anybody else? Are we frozen or can you see?
Your picture's frozen, not the screen.
Yeah, just like your pictures from.
Oh,
I can see it, like what you're typing.
I can't. My screen is.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna sign out and then I'll sign back in. Okay, so it'll probably still like present something. It should still keep recording, but I'm gonna sign out quick and then
I
I'll sign
think
back.
it's from me because everyone.
Everybody that's in here, there's only like a handful of us. Can you just say whether you can see or not, like if it's changing or if it's frozen? You can type it in the chat. I don't care, but just so I know if I need to like stop.
I see like that you're presenting that all of us are in here. Now I see the other worksheet.
Okay. Do you want to try to sign out and sign back? If it's frozen for you guys, sign out and sign back in. So we'll still be in here. It'll still be presenting, but just try to log out and log back in. Okay. So I'll just finish this one while they log back in because it's not going to change. 5 out of 12 is just 5 out of 12. It doesn't reduce at all. So that's that piece. Who are we missing? Mumtaz? There, she's back. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Now it's fine. Okay. I'm going to record it and I'm going to link it. So if it's bad, I'll just check that link a little bit later, okay? So if you're frustrated that it's frozen, you can just roll and just watch the video afterwards. Okay. So this part is going to be like the back page of your homework. I just want to make sure you know how to do this. So this is kind of where this stuff applies. It says use the table to calculate the values. So here's an equation and we're doing it for different values for n. So what's going to happen is we're going to go 5 times 1 plus 3. Then we do 5 times 2 plus 3. 5 times 3 plus 3, and so on and so forth. So the thing that's changing is this n number is just changing to match up here, okay? So what we can do then is say 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. Do you guys notice the pattern in there? In this row?
Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, whoops, I miswrote. Sorry, this should be 18. So then we do 5 times 4 plus 3 is 20. Plus 3 is 23. What you guys might notice is the table is going up 5, up 5, up 5. So we can do 5 times 5 plus 3 is 28. And then plus 5 is 33, like that. Okay. I just want to see what questions you guys have about that one. Okay, you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So this next one gets a little bit messy because there's fractions and parentheses, so people don't really care for this, which I understand. Don't blame me. What I would do, and there's some space on your worksheet, you can write it on paper if you prefer, but what you're going to do is you're going to replace your n's. There's 2 of them now. There's 2 of them. You're going to replace both of them with 1, and then with 2, and then with 3. So I'm going to write the first couple of these out. So it's going to be 1 times 1 minus 3 divided by 2. The next one is going to be 2 times 2 minus 3 divided by 2. Then it's 3 times 3 minus 3 divided by 2. 4 times 4 minus 3 divided by 2. Notice the only thing that's changing are those first two numbers. The 3 and the 2 are staying the same every time. Then it's 5 times 5 minus 3 divided by 2. And last, 6 times 6 minus 3 divided by 2. So we can do some work with these so you can see. First thing you're going to want to do is the parentheses. So 1 minus 3 is negative 2 divided by 2. And that is negative 2 divided by 2 because that is just negative 2, which equals negative 1. So for the next one, it's going to be 2 times, what is 2 take away 3? Negative 1. 2 take away 3 divided by 2. So this is negative 2 divided by 2, which is again negative 1. Then if we do the blue one, 3 times, what is 3 take away 3?
0.
Yep. Divided by 2, that's 0 divided by 2, which is 0. Okay, next one, 4 times, what is 4 take away 3?
1.
Yup. Divided by 2. So then we get 4 times 1 is 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 5 times 5 take away 3 is 2 divided by 2. So that's 10 divided by 2, which is 5. And then last, we have 6 times 6 take away 3 is 3 divided by 2. 6 times 3 is 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So I'm going to pause there. I did them all in a different color so you could ask about a certain color. Do you need help with any of those?
No.
Okay. There's one left and then that's it. So this last one, you can see it has a squared on it. So we'll do the same thing. Let's just start by filling them in. So it's going to be 3 times 1 squared minus 4. Then it's going to be 3 times 2 squared minus 4. Then 3 times 3 squared minus 4. I hope you guys are noticing that this, oh, I messed this up. This should be an X, sorry. But this is the thing that's changing. That's it. It's going to change to match these numbers. So then here it's 3 times 4 squared minus 4. 3 times 5 squared minus 4. And then last, 3 times 6 squared minus 4. Okay, so here 3 times 1 squared means 1 times 1. That's 1 minus 4. 3 times 1 is 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Okay, I'm going to start asking people questions. I'm going to get some names up. Okay, so the next one. 3 times 2 squared minus 4. So, Carlos, how about you? What is 2 squared? That means 2 times 2.
4.
Yep. So we got 3 times 4 minus 4. Edson, what is 3 times 4? Edson, you there? Okay, Easton, could you help me out? What is 3 times 4?
3 times 4 is 12.
Beautiful. Take away 4. Jacob, what is 12 take away 4? Jacob, you there? Hybo, can you help me out? What is 12 take away 4? Hi, Bo, are you there?
Yeah.
What is 12 minus 4? Okay, it's 8. How about Lance? What is 3 squared? So 3 times 3.
9.
Thank you. And then Javaris, what's 3 times 9?
27.
27 minus 4. Randall, what's 27 minus 4?
23.
Got it. Wow, these numbers are getting pretty big pretty quick. Did you guys notice that? Okay, let's go back through the list. Carlos, can you hit me again? What is 4 squared, which means 4 times 4?
That's 16.
Yup. And Easton, ooh, this is a big one. Easton, can you, on a calculator, can you do 3 times 16? Or maybe in your head, I don't know.
$48.
Got it. And then,
Miss Nina,
yeah.
for some reason my Chromebook is disconnecting the Wi-Fi, even
Okay.
though our Wi-Fi is fast.
Okay. I'm going to put a phone number in the chat for you to call and just let them know that it's doing that. If it keeps doing that, I'll record this. It'll be in the thing so you can click on there later, but call that number if it keeps doing that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So 48 take away 4 is 44. Okay. I'm going to rip through this pink one, and then I'll ask you guys if you can try the last one by yourself. So this one is 3 times 5 squared is 25 minus 4. 3 times 25, that's like 3/4. That's 75 cents. Take away 4. 75 take away 4 is 71. So what I'd like you guys to do, can you take a minute and try to do this last one all the way through, okay? Try to do this whole one right now, and then I'll get your guys' responses. I got to do it in my head also, or like on a calculator. Excuse me. When you think you have it, will you put done in the chat? So I'll start. I think I have it. So I'm going to put done. Don't put the answer, just put done if you've got it. Thank you, Javaris. Okay, thanks, Lance. Okay, there's only 2 of you that have said done, but I'm going to go through it. So 6 squared means 6 times 6. So that's 36 times 3 minus 4. 3 times 36 is 108 minus 4 is 104. Is that what you guys got, Javaris and Lance? All right, sweet. So 3 times 6 squared minus 4. Perfect. All right. So you can see those numbers got pretty big pretty quick, and that's because this power of 2 makes everything huge. So on your homework, I just want to make sure you guys understand what you're doing for your homework. There's on the front page, this is patterns. I don't want you to do number 2. Don't worry about that. I do want you to do the whole front page because it's really just pattern work, like figuring out the next 3 in the pattern. And then on the back side, I would like you to try, so that I'll tell you which ones to skip. Pick one of these, choose one of those 2, and then choose one of those 2. For sure do this one. So you're going to have 3 that you do on the back. Want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. So of the top 2, I want you to pick one. I don't care which one. I want you to do number 12. And then on the bottom 2, I want you to pick one of those. So on the back, you're going to have a total of 3 that you do. Is that clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. I'm going to stop recording.